Happy Friday! This is Emily Miller with Charlotte's Best Nanny Agency, and today I'm going to talk to you about nanny interview tips. This week on our blog, our resident blogger Elizabeth has put together an amazing blog on nanny interview tips for nannies that are interviewing with nanny agencies or families or both. So today I'm going to go over these tips with you and share a little bit of insight into how to best prepare and present yourself in a nanny interview. We hope that you watch this video and gain some knowledge and prepare yourself for your next interview. If you would like to read more, you can visit our website at charlottesbestnanny.com/blog. So let's dive in here. The first nanny interview tip that we have for you is to always be prepared for your nanny interview. So that is where you need to research your families, research your nanny agencies, and make sure you're familiar with who you're going to interview with and how the agency works, or what ages of children the family have, and what location they live in. It's important to be prepared so you are prepared to answer any questions that may arise during the interview. The next tip we have is to be punctual. This is very important. You always want to be on time for an interview, but you do not want to be too early that it inconveniences your interviewer. For example, you do not want to be 30 minutes to an hour early to a family interview, as the families usually schedule out their time, and sometimes showing up early can throw off the whole day, and you don't want to do that as a first impression for an interview. The other important thing about this for nanny agencies is if you show up early to a nanny agency interview, the nanny agency may be interviewing someone else and you might have to wait for a while. So we suggest to be a professional 10 minutes early for any interview that you're attending. So if you can keep that in mind, you can be there 10 minutes early, get to the front door, get in the office or the home, and be ready to answer questions at your scheduled interview time. The next tip that we have for you is to be friendly and be polite. So we would like you to be respectful of the office or home that you are going into, be courteous, be professional, and be kind. And also let your personality show during the interview, because ultimately this interview is for us or a family to get to know you better. The next tip that we have is to dress appropriately. This is very important, as this is the first impression you're making on an agency or family. We suggest for a nanny interview to dress business casual. So this means professional, nice slacks, a nice shirt, not too low cut neckline. So this neckline would be great because it's up here and not down here. So something that's conservative, professional, that you can sit for an interview in, but also that you can get down on the floor and engage with the children and be comfortable moving around and interacting with the children as well. So just keep that in mind for your next nanny interview. The next tip that we have is to be open, honest, and communicate. We are looking for nannies who are open, honest, and can communicate effectively. Both the agency and the families look for this, and we're getting to know you a little bit better during the interview. So we do encourage you to let your personality shine, share some personal details about yourself. We don't need to know every little detail about your personal life, but if you want to share some hobbies that you're interested in that you could share with the children, that would be a great thing to do and share with your interviewer, so they can get to know you a little bit better and see what skills that you may be able to share with a family or children as their nanny. So we feel like it's very important to let your personality shine and see if your personality fits and meshes with the agency or the family that you're interviewing with. The final tip that we have for you today is to always ask follow-up questions. So after your interviewer asks you questions, they'll probably ask you, do you have any questions? It is a great sign if you do have questions prepared that you can ask the interviewer to make sure that you properly understand the process, the position, the duties that are asked of you, and to address any concerns that you may have that you want to discuss before making an educated decision on accepting a position. On our blog, Elizabeth has put together some great questions that you can use as follow-up questions during your interview. And asking follow-up questions shows that you're interested in the position and have a vested interest to try to figure out whether this would be a great position for you or not. So these are the nanny interview tips I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit more about how to make your next nanny interview successful. And we wish you all the best on your search for your next best nanny position. Thank you. We hope you have a great weekend. And for everybody celebrating Easter this weekend, happy Easter.